Hi guys! Yeah, hi! I am so happy to be back on my teenagers and I. You know, it has been a long while. I've seen you guys, like I miss my beautiful audience at home. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for the call, for checking on me. I love that. Thank you so much. Mwah. That's from me to you. Yeah, so welcome to my teenagers and I, and this is Apps on TV. You know, my teenagers and I is well, we impart, educate, and enlighten the teenagers or be of good conduct in the society, and also to create a cordial relationship between the teenagers and the parents. What different do you think there's any change? Has any change occurred? Is there any difference between the 21st century and the 1980 teenagers? Is there any changes at all? When you talk about respect, talking about respect, the norms, the fashion, the educational system, are there any changes at all between the 1980 teenagers and the 21st century teenagers? We're going to find out about this when I'll be bringing my teenagers on board. We'll ask them, and I'm going to have this new face on board too. Although he has been on ground, has been on the backstage, we'll be having him also on board too. So stay tuned. Yes, I'm going to be having my teenagers. Stay go nowhere. Again, you're welcome to my teenagers and this is my teenagers.
Wow.
My teenagers, how have you been? How have you guys been?
Long
time no see. Have you been?
Fine.
Have you been? We're having a strange face in the house. Oh my word! What is going on? Wait.
Fishy.
What's that?
For guys.
In my show?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yes, your show. It's also our show now.
Yes, our show. We're teenagers.
Are we not
We are
the
the teenagers and the eye.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is also awesome. Today we'll be looking at the 1980s teenagers and the 21st century teenagers. Is there any difference at all? The respect, the norms, is it still the same as the 21st century teenagers? Today we'll be looking at. But then this is what you guys this. Have what? Truth and what? First. Now I'll ask a question. So if it is true, you will say, okay, true. If it is false, then I will ask you, how do you pick that? So this is yours and this is yours. But before I'll give this gentleman,
We would like to know
you're
your name, sir.
welcome aboard. And this is our honorable, the man behind our camera.
The man you have seen for the first time.
For the first
has
time,
been- He has been in this show since the start.
yeah, it's a person of
Danayos.
nice. Okay, you're welcome on board, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're
huh?
officially welcome on board. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
gracing our request.
You're
welcome. So this. Okay, now before we go into this, I want to ask a question. Sir, I'll start from you. Do you think there's any change between the 1980s teenagers and 21st century teenagers? Is there any change at all?
Definitely, there's a lot of changes between the 1980s and the 21st century. There
Teenagers.
is, yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you think there's any change?
Yes, it's very big change.
Big change. I love that.
A lot
You
of
think?
change.
A lot of change.
Let me tell you why this big change.
Okay.
Then they don't have Pelumi, now they have Pelumi.
Now, in the 1980s teenagers, I want to look at the aspect of respect. Do you think that the 1980s teenagers got more respect than the 21st century teenagers? I'm asking everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, we have what? Truth. Wow. So the 21st century, the 1980 teenagers got more respect than the 21st century teenagers. Why did they say so, sir?
Yeah, because during our time, the 1980s.
During our time.
Yeah, you know, when you see the adults when you see the adult. Now, if you are to greet the adult, you prostrate. There is respect in that time compared to this time, which is the 21st century.
Okay, when we're talking about prostrating, I can stand to be corrected. Did they prostrate by equating like in the 1980s?
They have their way of
Yeah, they have the way of showing respect, but you can't compare the respect they have then to the present respect we have now. Now you will see the 21st century teenagers now shaking hand with the adults.
chopping up.
Chopping up, like the way you guys did at the beginning.
Yeah.
That is true. The beginning of the show, when I was trying to introduce them, they did chop knuckle.
I see legendary.
Okay, now let me get your own point of view. You said truth. Yeah, Balumi.
Yes.
Okay, what made you to say so?
Mostly because of technology.
Okay.
Then technology was weird. Now technology is smartphones.
So are you saying that it is technology that have deviated the value or depreciate the value of respect?
Mostly yes.
Now that is technology has taken over the respect they are supposed to give. That is what it's trying to say. Technology.
Thank you, sir. I know she's trying to go against me.
No, I just want us to understand, to have the basic understanding of what you're saying. When you say technology, I believe the technology have done us good, not bad. Like, so when you say that it was technology that makes respect to the 21st century teenagers to respect the adults, so it sounds somehow to me. That's why I asked that question.
Sorry.
But yet, I don't think I've really gotten a very clear picture of what you said, though. Yes, I'm still coming back to that. So let me get your own point of view. You said true, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like the 1980s now. Like this was like education system. You cannot compare it of now. Then like they will like their parents will have to like tell them that okay, you have to read, you have to like your family you come from. You have to and them they have the what they believe, they have a strong faith that okay, yes, this is my goal, I'm pursuing it. But nowadays you see most of our students, like most of our children now, they don't even read. They only have faith that I believe that okay, yes, I'm seeing something forward that okay, I don't need to read after all. I have this, I have that, I can achieve my goal.
Okay.
They're not passing through the main part.
Okay, now you're talking about education, like then they're listening to the parents when the parents instruct them to read.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about respect, like giving regards to
their
adults,
parents,
not even parents, like people outside.
Yeah.
Like when you see I can remember you said the 1980s, where they see an elderly person and maybe they inside the vehicle and there's no chance for the adults to sit down. They will stand up for their ears.
Yeah. But nowadays they're like okay, that I put my money for it. Okay, like especially when you're in the bus now.
So what the 21st century teenagers?
Maybe like due to what?
You know, you guys are said so. I wasn't the one who said there's no respect again in the 21st century teenagers. So you guys don't have regard
like
for
now,
the adults. Okay.
Like now, like
what could have caused it? What caused it?
Maybe like due to what we see now, like what we heard about the olden days and like about new generation now. We feel that okay, yes, you have to do things in a new way. You don't have to do things but in the old way.
Now, what I believe is affecting them is they will look at it that their eyes were not open.
Yeah.
Then now we are a new era. So we are the youth, and things is supposed to change. If you look at those clothes they wear in the olden days, you can't compare to what they are putting on now.
Yeah.
So they look at it that wow, technology has taken over. Like, so that is it.
Even if you see a girl now, like okay, you want to like go to church, like if you see a girl going to church now, you always feel like okay, you must wear a cloth that was that will cover down your knee. But now
these days,
yes, they feel that okay, yes, I no more like in the olden days. You have to be like new. You have to act as if they are modern. You have to involve like modern ways, new generation. So all these things actually was bring a real change in this in 1980s.
Okay, let's move to the next one, please. Now, let's talk about the season of education now. You said something earlier pertaining to that. Now, I would say the 1980s teenagers and 21st century teenagers. Who are those people that are doing well? Is it the 1980s teenagers? Did they do well when it comes to academic, when it comes to books, when it comes to knowledge? do you think they stand better than 21st century teenagers? Okay, but let me go first. But let me say first. Okay,
Why
first.
standing with me?
Okay, first.
Protest.
True. Truth. Okay, now you said the 21st century teenagers, they are not, it's more intelligent than the 1980 teenagers, right? So
Yes.
can I have your point?
My point is that we now we are evolved, like we know more things than them. Like we are adding the information of the 1980s with this information, so at least we will be smarter than them. And yes, the like we see teenagers these days, they build so many things that even those people in those days can't do it.
Practical example of what you're talking about, like you said the 21st century teenagers, they have built some things that the 1980s cannot build. They couldn't do it. Yeah,
Now
so,
I have to counter that. Now let's talk about the bulb.
Wow.
Is it the 21st century?
I made it.
Now when you talk of new things law, is it the 21st century? So continue with your.
I love you.
They are
Okay.
going to war.
No, there's no war here.
Oh, yeah.
There's no
the
way.
I
debate.
want to say,
Okay.
kids of 12 are built wind turbines. I can't see anybody in 1980
Built what?
wind turbines like
Okay.
to generate energy, to generate electricity at the age of 12, at a very tender age. So I'm
Can I
pretty
get-
sure.
Actually,
Can I get
actually,
your-
do you know they read about that
Yes. Before they even invent.
before they even
try to invent.
try to do that?
So without their knowledge, they can't able to. So let continue. Like
Okay.
without
You
the
said truth, right? Okay. You mean the 1980 teenagers are more intelligent than 21st century teenagers?
yeah.
Okay, can I have your point?
Why I said that the 1980s and teenagers eat.
Okay.
So like without but they invented it, but they don't like truly know more about it. So they believe that the forthcoming generation will build it up. Like the bulb now. They invented the bulb. So with the help of the bulb now, the new generation now will go further to create solar.
Yeah.
To use to produce electricity without use of
I think from my own point of view, for what you just said now, for just what you just said, I said that they developed it and the 21st century teenagers worked on it.
they work
So
better.
do you think that it's kind of balance?
It's not like part of without like the help of what if they did not invent the bulb now, like the new generation will not get any insight of what making it. So they know that the help of bulb will to create light in this particular place. So them they now we create but we tried our best to create something like this. So it's not left for the new generation, like the new generation we are now, like to do more things that can also create like without using
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Let me help you from there.
Hmm.
Now the 80s is just like the foundation.
yes.
What about the new generation? Build on.
So
That
that,
said it all.
okay, thank you very much. Okay, do you have anything
That's
to
fine.
say?
Yes.
Okay.
Einstein was not in the 80s, Einstein was in the 50s. So
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
my point.
No,
Yeah, my
no,
point.
we
No,
are
it's
talking
the
about
same,
we are
it's
talking
the-
about
olden days.
olden days
Good
compared to this.
Yeah.
Good old days.
when you
Now I want to
compare
say,
the two,
okay. Now I want to say something that, okay, so my own point of view, I'll say that it's the same because everybody, the way they learn, the system of education then is different from the system of education now. So they're very intelligent. Now, before let me just call this to like round it off. Do you think I want to say this is my last question. I'm going to make it very, very, very short and this thing. Our norms, like our culture, like the 90s, like the way they take our culture then, the way they embrace our culture then, like our culture. Is it the 1980 teenagers and the 21st century teenagers? How is it? Is it the same thing? Anything change?
Same.
Is it the same? Yes. Talking about fashion. Is
It's
it
not the same,
So,
which is false.
first? Okay.
true.
You got truth. Go first. Go first. Okay. Give me your points. Just like 2 points.
Just
number 1 point, I want to go against the two of them.
Okay.
Number 2 points, it's not everywhere that you go to that teenagers wear skimpy skirts and all that. like we also
They still maintain the mood of dressing up.
they still maintain the mood of dressing is then. You can go to some villages, they don't even have light bulbs and all that yet, and they are still dressing the same way.
This is dressing. I'm thinking about dressing normal, like dressing. Is it the mode of dressing? I just say dressing appropriate, like not showing, but like then I know that the
Okay.
dressing then is
Then
Dressing,
they don't show their body,
They
but
don't
now
explain
it's
their body.
common.
It's common now.
It's common everywhere.
They feel it. They take it as what fashion.
Yes.
So
So
the
the answer is what?
false.
okay.
question, yeah, in the 21st
I know I'm
century.
in the
Join
century.
us.
No.
fight
There's
against you.
nothing like joining you. You have to
Say
say the
your own.
truth.
Yes,
That's just the truth.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you for coming on the show.
You're
I really
welcome.
love you.
Bye.
Thank you for
welcome.
coming. I really appreciate you guys. God
Yeah.
bless you.
God bless
So you can see that there's a lot of difference between the 1980 teenagers and the 21st century teenagers.
There's still more to
So
learn.
there's still more. We see if you ask me question, we see like there's a lot of different. I believe that the 21st century teenagers, God will help us.
Amen.
Amen.
So thank you.
Thank you.
You
We all
know
love you.
what? Before this, we know they love you. And you love
And they
them
should
too.
subscribe.
What I want to say, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, and drop your comment. It's very important. Drop your comment, like, and what?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. See you next time.